Hello ladies and gentlemen, Grim here, and we're going to fight boss Starfire in this video. And as we know very well, Raven plus Last F Joker works very well. Raven plus Heartbreak Harley Quinn works even better in this fight in particular, but in all the videos that I saw, people were using Sword of Salvation, so I wanted to put to the test how well this does with the Beta Club instead of the Sword of Salvation on Last F Joker. We're going to have the Sword of Salvation equipped on Raven, and it's gonna be at level 5, we're gonna have a level 5 Beta Club on Joker, and we're going to have a level 1 Staff of Trigon on EPI. And we're hopefully going to deal some damage with that Beta Club, because as we know, it's gonna skill very well with the Darkness stacks. As we know so from previous fights at the very least. We're going to tag in Joker. This should be the peak performance of Beta Club, because we got all stacks already. We might get a little bit of an increase from Super Move, but that's about it. And the damage is kinda shit, and when I think back on it, yeah, that's to be expected, because the Beta Club damage scales very well with crit chance and crit damage, and not having access to those is gonna really hurt us here. That's something that I should have kept in mind. I used the Super Move with Last F Joker, and right now we got the Beta Club dot reset, so we're going to also get the Super Move buff added to it. And we're going to engage the combo here, and yeah, this is as good as it gets in terms of Beta Club damage, sadly. 380k, it might get a little bit higher as the fight goes on, but this is for the most part the highest that we're gonna get. And looking back on it, this was certainly a mistake. I should have used Sword of Salvation, and most likely I should have used the Harley Quinn team, not the Last F Joker team. But well, now it's too late for that. So we're gonna go ahead and use this. And yeah, with Joker, the huge advantage over Harley is that it's a far more smooth experience. With Harley, it's very awkward because her stun has a very low duration. And also you don't really have a reliable way to tag in Raven all the time. With Joker, it's all the way smooth gameplay, but it doesn't always pull the damage that Harley does. And where the target's stunnable, I think Harley is better. Also, she has 3 fast attack hits. But yeah, Joker can do a decent amount of damage, and still, even though we messed up and we didn't put the Sword of Salvation on him or use Harley, this is going to be still my highest damage team here. Okay, the Ghost Stab didn't work there, I didn't do it properly. We're going to barely save the Darkness stacks with the Special 2 there, because that's long ranged. Okay, she's got Super Move available, we're going to tag in with Raven. We did Ghost Stab properly, thankfully. Gonna block this, Joker back in. And yeah, still, even considering those things here, this is still going to be my best team in terms of damage. He's gonna do far more than King. You'll see that fight after this one. And he's gonna pretty much do the most damage out of them all. Even though it had a little bit of a lackluster performance in my opinion. But yeah, that's it. And we end up with a total of 112 million. Now getting into a King fight, again, King without Raven, haven't seen that in a while, but I'm kind of experimenting. And yeah, that experiment that we did there, instead of just using Harley with Sword of Salvation, might have costed me 5 additional pips, because after the refresh, you know what I'm gonna use, Harley plus Raven. But until then, there's nowhere else to use my teams, so they'll have to be dropped here. So that little experiment that we did there might have costed me a few pips. Again, level 5 Sword of Salvation on King, we have a level 1 Staff of Trigon and a level 1 Chakra on Dr. Fate and Shazam. We don't need Firebucks on Dr. Fate since she's combo interruptible, so if we need to tag him in and out, we can just combo interrupt with him as well and do kind of an infinite combo that way. So Firebucks not really necessary. And we're going to stay with King in the fight for the most part, because we got a Sword of Salvation that allows us to power generate very fast, so we don't really have the need of tagging in and out. Like, when there are fights that are combo interruptible, the only reason why you would tag in and out with King is to keep up the All Blade stacks and at the same time to generate some power. But over here we don't have All Blades and we don't have to generate powers, so we don't need to tag in and out, we can just sit throughout pretty much the entire fight and just spam special trees. We did tag a few times at the start when the power generation was low, but at this point we're all set, we don't need to do that anymore. And we're going to go into a Super Move over here in a moment. We're going to try to do a high combo one, because that's a huge part of our damage. Okay, 40 hits in there, and there we go. 4.3 million, not too bad, not too terrible. With Raven in this team and with Max Darkness, it most likely would have been like 15 million, but still. a decent job, my king. Re-engage the combo here, and yeah, well, as we get to the last minute, we'll get to the point where we can pretty much just spam special trees, and that's a very satisfying gameplay. Too bad that that gameplay is provided just by an artifact that you are most likely not gonna get unless you spend money, but yeah, it is what it is. And I'm playing it safe. I could have risked a few special trees in the prediction that I would power drain on the last swipe right, because you can do that. Because what? I don't know what happened there. I honestly really don't know what happened there and how she managed to block that thing, but she did. But yeah, as you know, in Just a Mobile, you need to do to tap your things that you want to get tapped a little bit ahead of the moment you want them to get tapped. So you can't really use the special free just as you see that you get that little bit of power on the last swipe right. But now we're getting a little bit to the sweet spot. I talked too soon, but yeah, maybe from now we can just go combo special free, combo special free. There we go. That's definitely the gameplay I like to see. Now special free, there we go. And yeah, this is pretty much it for this fight. And I think overall this went well, I think I played it well enough. And sadly the last special free didn't connect. And yeah, 76 million, rip. No Raven. Though rip because we didn't kill in one pip. Okay, over here we're starting off with Manta. Again, the Brainiac doesn't do as much as usual, because he doesn't provide us with little attack chance or little attack damage, because she's immune to both of them. But we still do some damage, and he provides us with some damage, and Flash is gonna be there for that additional fast attack hit. And over here I failed to re-engage a combo after the super move, and that's gonna cost me the stacks, and we have to stack all over from 0 stacks again, and that sucks in terms of damage. So yeah, fat rip on that one. As usual, Sword of Salvation level 5 on Black Manta, we got Trigon and Chakra on Brainiac, just the levels they were the previous fight. We are at 100 stacks hit again. At some point I'm going to try special too, because I was just curious, does damage increase? Because it inflicts burning, and burning is gonna reduce the defense of the enemy. But it doesn't, so she has 0 defense, so there's no point in us doing any special 2s. There's no point in us doing any special 3s, because we deal more damage with the basic attacks, and if we stop to do a special 3, then that's time we are not doing basic attacks, and that's not good. And special 1 is simply out of the question, so yeah. This is just gonna be a huge combo interruption slugfest. We're not gonna do anything but combo interrupt until the end of this thing. And yeah, yet again, we suffer a lot from no crit chance and no crit damage, and in this one particularly from no lethal chance and lethal damage. Because that Brainiac could have buffed us up. But the damage is gonna be fine, like if I didn't mess that up with the super move over there when I did the super move. Maybe I could have gotten like 3 or 4 million more. Keep in mind it's a 4-star Black Manta and a 4-star Brainiac, so I don't have huge expectations out of them, and the artifacts are not even that high level. But yeah, overall, I don't know, man, I still regret not using Harley in the first fight. There is a chance, there is a pretty good chance that I wouldn't have one-shotted, because all the one-shots that I've seen a Starfire with a Harley had far higher level artifacts than I did, so that must be a huge factor. But I'm certain that it would have done far better than the last of Joker, especially not with Beta Club equipped. But yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed this. Dislike if you dislike it. Maybe hit that bell button. Share in the comments your experience with both Starfire and what teams are you using to defeat her. And let me know if you got to the Raven yet or not. But yeah, this is it for this one, and I'll see you on the next one. And yet again, I started the intro too late, so now we enter in a little bit of a cringe last 10 to 15 seconds, where I've already done my outro, and you're sitting here like, bro, this fight didn't finish. Well, yeah, we're at that point now, so get used to it. And we did. That's fine.